So I'm going to be doing a quick trade breakdown on a trade that I took last week Thursday, which was the 14th of August. Alright, so as you remember from my previous videos, I've been looking for price to draw above the 0.25 standard deviation level into the 0.5 standard deviation level. So these are my targets, right? So this is what I was paying attention to on Thursday the 14th of August. So right now, I'm trying to see if price is either going to continue higher or draw for this monthly BSC over here. But last week Thursday, I was looking for price to continue higher, right? So same on the S&P, right? So in the S&P, you can see price hit the 0.25 standard deviation level, and we are currently retracing. All right, so let's drop down to the weekly time frame. So as I've said, this was a trade that I took last week Thursday, right? So I was looking for price to continue higher, right? That's what I was looking for. I was looking for continuation higher. All right, as you can see, we are currently drawing lower, possibly going to reach for the sell side liquidity and monthly BSC if we don't respect this order block. Yeah, so last week, as you can see, we hit the 0.25 standard deviation level, and we just have been rejecting lower. Drop down to the daily time frame. So last week Thursday, my attention was on this daily BSC right here, which is now an inversion fair value gap, right? But at the time, I was looking to see if price can use this daily BSC as support to trade higher for the previous daily high. All right, let me just mark that out real quick as a BSC, daily BSC. There we go. Yeah, like that. Right. Okay. Well, this was a previous daily high at the time. Let me just indicate that real quick. Previous daily high. There we go. So this was the previous daily high, right? So I was looking for price to trade in here and then draw for the previous daily high, as we were in a buy program at the time. We are currently not respecting any bullish PD arrays. We might respect this order block and trade higher, but right now I'm trying to see if price will reach for this monthly BSC, right? But overall, on the monthly time frame, I still want to see higher prices in the coming months of the year, right? So at the time, yes, I was also paying attention to this BSC right here. There we go. Yeah, which is now an inversion fair value gap. Here we go. And my attention was on the previous daily high, which we did reach. But obviously in hindsight right now, you can see that we have an SMT at the highs, right? We have an SMT right there, and price just began shorting. Yeah. Okay, let me just mark that as a previous daily high. So this was my previous daily high. All right. Drop down to the 4H. All right. Okay, this is a bit exaggerated. Here we go. Yeah. Okay. Yes. So this is where price was. Price was in here in this daily BSC, right? So I was looking for price to trade higher and draw for the previous daily high, but I was very cautious of this SIBI right here, because it's not always good to short against bearish PD arrays, right? But I wanted to see price can trade through it and draw for the previous daily high. But as you can see, we ended up respecting it and drawing lower. Alright, look at the bodies. The bodies even failed to trade up just to show the weakness. The bodies clearly failed. Oh, wait, hold on. Yeah, there we go. The bodies clearly failed to close above just to show the weakness that we had. But we have an SMT at the highs right here with ES, with S&P. As you can see, we have an SMT right there. All right. But anyway, I was looking for price to trade through this. We did not. But regardless, I came out profitable on the day. I managed to secure profits. Alright, I was also looking at the fact that here we traded into, we were respecting this BC right here as far as the bodies, right? We haven't had a body closure below this BC right here. So let me mark that out. For HPC right there, boom. Yeah. Okay, cool. Drop down to the hourly time frame. Alright. So I'm just gonna refine this real quick. Look at the bodies just failed to close, even reach consequent encroachment of this 4H CB. Just shows that price was clearly weak. Alright. But I'm just gonna refine this real quick. I was concerned about this, right? I wanted to see if can price trade above it. You know, this was a concern for me on the day, which is why I was not too pushy, right? Because I saw this as an area where price could just reject, as we did. We rejected lower, right? This CB right here. Look at all this accumulation, right? You can just see accumulation, manipulation, distribution, right? Yeah. So at the time, I wanted to see price trade higher because of my high time frame narrative, right? On price swap sell side liquidity, right? Respect to the consequent encroachment of this BC, I wanted to see price trade higher, right? So that's what I was looking at on the hourly time frame. And alright, here we go. Yeah, I was looking for price to trade high as well. We did reach the previous daily high, but price did so at its own time. As you can see, it was done basically the next day, yeah, which was on Friday. Anyway, let's drop down to the 15-minute. 15-minute time frame. All right, clear equal highs, as we can all see, clear equal highs. So I would definitely take major partial over here and just leave runners, which is actually what I did. Major partial was taken over here and I just left runners just to see if price is willing to withdraw for the previous daily high. But once you see such bearish PD raise, you can't get greedy. Don't be greedy. Let me just say equal highs. Equal highs. Oh, yeah. There we go. So as you can see, we have equal highs right there. We have this. Well, we didn't reach that. Okay, cool. All right. So we trade down lower at 8:30. 8:30 ran sell side liquidity. Right. So we've taken our sell stops. Right. So I knew that we are below the 8:30 opening price, and we are also below. Where's the midnight opening price? We're below the midnight opening price, right? So that's what I was paying attention to. That we are in a discount and we're respecting the consequent encroachment of the daily busy. So I wanted to see price trade higher. right? So that's what I was paying attention to. And same on the S&P. Look at that, clear equal highs. Clear equal highs. This is a good draw on liquidity. But you obviously have to be content, like you can't get greedy here. Equal highs. Alright. Swaps outside liquidity at 8:30. Boom. Knocked out. Sell stops. And now we just have equal highs to target, right? It's a great target. You just take this and be done for the day and be content. Alright. You don't need all of this. Okay, let's drop down to the 1 minute. Oh no, it's the monthly. 1 minute. This might take a while. I need to turn. Okay, cool. We finally here. Yeah, there we go. All right. So this was my main target actually, right? This was my main target, and yeah, 9:30 open over here, right? And my entry, I wanted this as my entry, but you can clearly see that we do not trade into this first presenter fair value gap. Yeah, we didn't trade into it, right? So that was a breakaway gap. I think I even marked it as a breakaway gap. Yes, I marked it as a breakaway gap, right? We didn't trade into the first presenter fair value gap right there. You know, and the reason why I wanted to see this become a breakaway gap is because we had now formed this order block right here. So I preferred to see price respect this order block and I'd need to trade down there. Right, so that's what I wanted. Order block B, yes. So that's what I did right there. Especially once we broke out higher here, I definitely didn't want to see price drop back down there. You know, if we are really bullish for the session, you know. Right, and I had also marked out the macro, 950 macro, which is when we had this retracement to the sell side. Right, this, yeah, that retracement right there. 950, there we go. Right. Okay, cool. So I executed along right here, you know. I think right here, that's where I executed along, you know. And I was okay with taking along here because even if price had to trade down, my stop loss was placed here, you know. And the reason why I entered early is because you know how sometimes price can just run without you, right? Price can just draw for your buy side liquidity without giving you entry, right? So I had already measured out that even if I enter right here, I would still get a 1:3, right? So that's what I was looking for, right? I ended up getting stopped out somewhere here, yeah. So this is what I was looking for, to enter here, stop loss here, 1:3, right? So that's what I was looking for. Yeah, we had this unexpected retracement down, right? But my stop loss was placed here on my equity edge account. As you can see, we didn't get stopped out. I didn't get stopped out right there. right? So the reason why this order block is because it's the lowest one, because some people would have probably retraced, probably put their stop loss right here, but I didn't do that. I used this order block because it's the lowest down closed candle, right? So that's why I preferred to see price respect this one over here over 1, 2, 3. Yeah, there we go. So as you can see, traded higher. I think I took a partial somewhere here, retraced lower, traded higher again, and rejected off this rejection block, respected that rejection block, traded higher. I think I trailed my stop loss. I kept trailing my stop loss all the way up until I eventually got stopped out somewhere here, right? So that's how it played out on my equity edge account, right? But here on TradingView, for some reason, like the market just stopped me out prematurely, like when we retraced lower, right? Because at the end of the video, I'm gonna play my execution. I'm gonna play the execution video. You'll clearly see that my stop loss was below this swing low, right? But as the video continues, like I got stopped out for some reason, right? For some reason, I got stopped out here, although my stop loss was below this low. But it's cool, it's calm. I didn't get stopped out on my equity edge account. I only got stopped out somewhere here. Oh yeah, I took major profits up here, right? I took a bulk of the position off, and I left the runner just to see if we can reach for the previous daily high. And we just, yeah, I got stopped out somewhere here, which was cool. Yeah, I was up pretty nice for the day, and I was content. But here on TradingView, I got stopped out. Let me just see if the executions. There we go. Yeah, exactly as I said. So I enter right here as I was saying. My stop loss was here. And then for some reason, I got stopped out right there. Right? Although my stop loss was down there, so I don't know what happened there, but that happened. And then I realized that my position is no longer in. And I entered another position right here. Stop loss was here. Rolled it to the top. And I think I got stopped at break even. Yeah, that's pretty much break even, right? So that's how the trade looked like. And then on the S&P, what happened on the S&P? Yeah, the S&P just reached this buy side as well and just retraced lower. But anyway, that's the trade that I took on Thursday. I came out profitable. At the end of the video, I'm gonna play this execution, right? I recorded the execution, but I didn't post it on my X account because of the fact that I got stopped out here, right? This was not like a clean trade. It was not a clean trade for me, right? Yeah, if I didn't get stopped out here, I was gonna post it, but because it was not clean and I had an issue with TradingView, I was like, okay, it's not a clean enough video to post, right? So I'll play that video at the end of this video, right? At the end of this clip. And then I'll also post where my account was standing. My equity edge account was standing after this trade, right? So that's pretty much it. Have a blessed day. Have a profitable day. Enjoy your day and be safe. Thank you.